Broadcasting live from the Jet Surf Houston studio. A show immersed in the people, extreme water sports, real estate, live music, yacht clubs, kayaking, canoeing, the lifestyle of the waterfront capital of Texas. Did we mention there's a lot of boating and sailing? Oh, no. No, that's... Can we cut that? I think I'm seasick. Let's go! Weekends on the Water with veteran and professional extreme water sport athlete Jordan Davlin of Jet Surf Houston and Scene Magazine publisher John Ennis.
That is right. This is Weekends on the Water, but we're not coming to you live from the 4,000 square foot Jet Surf Houston studio and showroom along the North Shore of Clear Lake, as we have crossed the Clear Creek Channel and are coming to you live tonight from the very beautiful and hidden Kemah Gardens event facility and bed and breakfast where relationships flourish. As always, my name is John Ennis, and I'm proud to be joined by Army veteran, international extreme water sports competitor, and Jet Surf Houston founder Jordan Davlin. How goes it, Jordan?
Hey, John, how you doing tonight? What a great, beautiful day today, and awesome opportunity to come on the show and highlight a special event and cause here on Weekends on the Water.
First of all, beautiful day indeed. I've been digging the weather.
Yes.
It's finally starting to feel a bit like football season.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, cooling down just a bit.
And you're right. We've got a full house tonight at Kemah Gardens. We've got a lot of people here with us. One person joining us tonight is a very good friend of the show that first came on to talk about the Texas Adaptive Aquatics a couple years ago, and he's joined us on many episodes since.
That's right. That's right.
He's one of the most inspiring people I know, and I think he just celebrated a birthday, if I'm not mistaken, and that's the one and only Gary Bolton, or Gary B, as I call him. Hey, Gary, how are you doing?
Hey, it's great to be back on the show with you. I like to come to every episode, but, I pick and choose what are the best ones. If it wasn't for Weekends on the Water, I don't know where my escape would be, because I'd be driving myself crazy stuck at home. I've met a lot of great people in the Clear Lake area. As we know, all the cities are combined together, and we make the Clear Lake waterfront of Galveston Bay that leads up into Taylor Lake. We also have the Clear Creek. So, yes, definitely a lot of boating, a lot of water sports activities, from fishing, skiing, powerboat racing. And just the casual events that are on the water. We got the boardwalk here. It's really our iconic thing to have on the Clear Lake.
True. Yeah, everybody's familiar with the boardwalk. Obviously, I'm always quick to point out that there's so many other real neat attractions and places that make this area special other than the boardwalk. But and of course, the reason we're here tonight, Gary B, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is we're going to talk actually about something happening a week from Saturday at Moody Gardens, and that's the upcoming I believe it's the first version of the Adaptive Water and Land Sports Festival at Moody Gardens that's taking place September 30th. And we're here tonight to learn more about that, and also to be introduced introduced into the Christina Sullivan Foundation.
That's right. Yeah.
And two special individuals that are here tonight to talk more about the foundation and also the upcoming festival at Moody Gardens is Josephina and Craig Sullivan. How are y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the program tonight.
And so we're I guess, a little more than a week out from something I imagine y'all have been working on for quite a while.
Quite a while. And we're excited that it is going to bring such an awareness to our mission, which is hope and inclusion, adaptive sports for so many.
Awesome. Yeah. No, it looks like a very special event, and you've partnered up with the Adaptive Aquatics, which Gary first came on the show to kind of introduce to us, and obviously partnered up with Moody Gardens.
That's right.
And so, and again, September 30th, it's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. But, would you like to talk a little bit about the event? And then also I want to learn more about the foundation and the backstory to that.
Absolutely. We're very blessed to be asked by Moody Gardens. We actually went there to see about a venue for our own fundraiser. And when the general manager came down for activities and said, I understand y'all are looking for a venue. He goes, well, would you want to partner with Moody Gardens? Well, all of us had to contain ourselves.
Right. And, that's not a bad way to start.
Yeah, I think we can do that. And
sure.
From that point on, it's just been an incredible journey of meeting so many people like the fascinating people that are here, incredible people who bring awareness.
Excellent. Yeah, and you're right. We are surrounded by a number of people that I know Gary and Jordan are going to introduce. Because there's quite a few people around the table here. We've got a real special group tonight on the show. I guess you want to let's take a moment to maybe introduce some of the other people that are joining us, including our host, Kemah Gardens.
Yeah, we've got our host, Sadia here, who owns Kemah Gardens and runs this amazing wedding venue. And, so thank you so much for having us and being a part of, Gary's cause and, being part of the Christina Sullivan Foundation and, to help promote this event. We really appreciate that. So
thanks for accepting and keeping us in the loop.
Absolutely, yeah. And then, as you guys know, we also have Gary B here, and we've got one of his close friends, Bryce, who has been just a really, really, really awesome friend to him, who's been involved with so many different sports and things. These guys have done it all together from jump out of airplanes. So I just want to say thanks for coming on the show, Bryce, and being part of this.
Problem. It's been great. Meeting Gary has been a blessing. I mean, like y'all said, he's been an inspiration to everybody. He's an inspiration to me, even though he says I'm an inspiration to him because I can drive and he can't. But still, he's an awesome guy.
That's awesome.
And then we've also got another close friend of Gary and a friend of mine, Mr. Angelo here, owners of Angelo's Pizza and many other, businesses as well. I appreciate you being on the show. Someone who's been just a huge advocate of Gary and involved in so many different community events and different causes over the years. So thank you for everything you've done for the community and coming out tonight to, show your support for the event coming up and Gary.
Thanks for having me here. Gary's been a friend of mine for about 20 years. Met him when he was 18 years old, was my first personal trainer, and was my last personal trainer. He's just a hard-working kid. He's got a great heart, and just every day he's trying to better himself. So that's why we support his his endeavors. He's just a great guy, and we love hanging around with him. Thanks for having me here tonight, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Gary's an easy guy to support, right?
So as earlier Miss Josephine was saying, these partners that they have now, Roger with Texas Adaptive Aquatics and Moody Gardens, they're no novice to events like this and similar causes. And so that's amazing that you guys are able to partner with such amazing people that have, done things like this before and to team up together and try to do something, newer or unique or, so that's really amazing. Like you said, there couldn't really be a better venue. And, for you guys being kind of the land portion and then Roger doing his expertise in the whole water sports side, it's just amazing to see. So, yeah.
So what's going to happen this week? I mean, everybody's going to have to get well rested. I mean, there's a lot of energy, positive vibes. I'm really looking forward to this event coming up September 30th. I'm super stoked. I get to go adaptive water skiing. Shout out to a good friend of mine, Roger Reynolds. He's actually been doing this since, I think, 1989 is when he opened up the foundation.
Long time.
Wow.
And he's been supporting everybody from our veterans. There's a lot of them. Thank you for your support, all the different branches of military. A good friend of mine right here, as we know, Jordan served after he graduated high school with us in the Army. Another good friend of mine, Angelo's son, I'd like to tell him thank you for serving in the Coast Guard.
Absolutely.
I thought he was going to be scuba diving and chasing fish around, but he's actually out there making sure inspections are good and everybody's having a safe boating experience. So if it wasn't for our National Guard, our Coast Guard, and this all around Navy and Army and shout out to our Marines. Ooh,
Right. Yeah. And sometimes the Coast Guard's often overlooked, but I mean, especially a boating community and a water community like this, I mean, we really appreciate the Coast Guard. I know I see that helicopter going over, many times a day, right. And they're out there on their way to save somebody or, make an impact. So, respect to all those who've served and, and respect to the Coast Guard, definitely. And let's talk a little bit about the Adaptive Water and Land Sports Festival. Because, so this event welcomes individuals with special needs to participate in aquatic and land sports. All activities are free to the individual with special needs and immediate family. on a first come, first served basis, and I know we, the thumbnail of this image, I believe there's a QR code that you can scan to sign up either to volunteer or to become a sponsor. And we'll also share that on our Facebook page. And if you go to, the Adaptive Aquatic Facebook page, or I believe even the Christina Sullivan Foundation Facebook page, you can find the same QR codes and more information. But, I guess let's talk a little bit about, what your vision was. Maybe, you mentioned that you were approaching Moody Gardens about some kind of event, and obviously you teamed up with them, and I guess you've also added Adaptive Aquatics in to make it even that much larger of an event.
Right. What we did was we took the land portion. We brought adaptive fishing in, but we are actually going to have adaptive bocce, archery, pickleball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, pickleball's getting popular.
Para-air rifle shooting.
Oh, wow.
And adaptive wheelchair tennis. U of H is coming to actually have that adaptive sport.
Oh,
and,
that's cool.
Baseball for the blind and visually impaired.
Oh.
It's fascinating. Those are the Houston Hurricanes that will be at that sports venue.
Okay.
Wow.
And the beauty of all of this, of course, there's skiing, sailing, kayaking, paddle boat, and fishing. But the beauty is that these athletes are children and adults with intellectual physical challenges will be able to come into Moody Gardens. The entire day is free to them and 4 members of their family. They will be able to experience the joy of being in Palm Beach, and it's going to be an incredible experience.
Yeah, such a beautiful venue for it too,
It
right?
is,
Yeah.
it is.
What we're excited about, we've got over 350 athletes registered.
Oh, wow. Okay, excellent.
We're almost with family. We're almost at 1,000 that will be there. So we're excited to be able to provide the opportunity, but the difference that it makes in the family's life. The sports are adapted to the individual, and that's what's made our foundation and our programming so successful, because we have witnessed by just the act of involving. We have UTMB students that work with our athletes on a regular basis, and they're paired as a buddy, one-on-one.
Oh, wow.
And so for 6 to 8 weeks, they get to be one-on-one with and get to know the athlete, get to know the buddy, and so it builds a bond of trust. And with that bond, you see the families as well. They interact with each other. So we're honored to be able to offer this, be part of it, and thanks to Moody Gardens to having a great venue and the special people here at this table to create that awareness and carry it forward as well. We greatly appreciate that.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah. What a cause.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
No,
can't help but smile even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And you'll have to excuse us. We're sharing 4 mics among more than 4 people. So.
Right. Yeah. Try to get everybody on here.
But
no, so I think that's great. That you guys did decide to bring the water sports in as well. I didn't know how to say the first one that starts with a B. Say that again. The first land sport there.
bocce.
Yeah, bocce. What is bocce exactly?
Well, there's an Italian sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
It's basically like a horseshoe game where you throw a little bocce ball.
Okay.
And then you get 4 balls and you throw it. The nearest ones get the points.
Okay.
And if one's real close, you can knock it off.
All right.
So you go for both sides. So you build bocce courts. It's real popular for older Italians.
All right.
You retire, so you play bocce. But when we were in the wine country in Northern California, they had bocce courts everywhere. All the wineries had bocce courts. I guess because the Italians have the vineyards over there, and they bring in their game to the country.
Yeah. Well,
So it was, my brother just built a bocce court at his ranch.
Oh, wow.
So it's really neat to think
Well,
about.
I'll have to see that in
Yeah, it's neat
action.
to think about these games that we're familiar with and see how they're adapted
Yeah,
to
exactly,
to be
yeah.
inclusive for all. That's
That's right.
that's really neat.
And we're excited because we have Greater Houston Pickleball.
Okay.
Their club is coming down to assist
Yeah.
our guests.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So many great partners coming in to help
So
out.
we got land sports, we got water sports. I mean,
So this is September 30th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So what kind of promotions and stuff have y'all been doing so far? Like it looks like a lot of the registration dates have already passed. You already have 350 people that are registered to be involved in the different activities. So how did y'all get that out there to the people? Did Moody Gardens help with that? Was it all through y'all's channels or
Social media.
Sure.
And Moody Gardens.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. Did y'all get a lot of good feedback from Moody's? From their followers and stuff? Were people just really excited to see something like that?
Yes.
It's really, and they're excited. We've expanded the sports.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
by expanding the sports to the land sports.
Right.
As well.
Yeah. Because they have worked with Roger, but now they get to do these other sports as well, which maybe they haven't done before. So
Yeah.
no.
So that's what we're excited about. And if you've never seen Beat Baseball.
I wanted to hear a little bit more about that. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that before the show. So, how does this work?
Think about it. The bases are 100 feet apart.
Okay.
And you have an umpire, and you have the pitcher, and the pitcher's actually on the other team. I mean, the batting team. And their cadence for somebody that's batting, they're listening to what that pitcher's saying at all times.
Okay.
they're trying to time it,
And
right?
it's a timing.
Okay.
But when they hit, they just run full out. I mean, it's just incredible. But they'll spread their arms apart and the base is 100 feet, and it's practically about 4 feet tall and 24 inches wide. And so that if they get to it before an outfielder finds or traps the ball, then they get on base. Otherwise, they're out. If the outfielder, there's 4 outfielders out there, and the outfielder, if they are able to locate it and trap it, but it's an audible tone. And we're honored to. We're working with UTMB right now in regards to, it's called the Makerspace. And we're redesigning for Beat Baseball, the baseball.
Oh, wow.
And we're trying to make it more durable. It will last longer. But then we're also bringing it in for the youth as well. They've never had one for youth, so we're making a smaller ball,
one.
like a little league ball.
Yeah.
So but it's an audible tone. You have a pin, almost like a hand grenade. You just pull that out, and it's making a beeping sound that auditorily they'll track in.
Sure.
And then there's spotters out in the field that will say right or left and try to guide them into trapping the ball.
Oh, wow.
That's
awesome.
It's really awesome.
The spotters, are they like on the team? So or is it just
Or
like they're just
neutral?
helping to guide, or are they neutral?
No, they are part of the team.
Okay.
Sided.
Okay,
They're sided, though.
So if you've got better spotters than say someone else, because they're telling you've trained with them, right, and you're going left or right,
Right.
yeah. So it's practice and
That's
so
it.
okay.
Yeah.
And the first time we got to experience, we actually went to the World Series of Beat Baseball.
Oh, wow.
And,
Wow.
And it's people from all over the
That's
world.
what I mean. It's probably serious.
Oh, yeah.
Where was that held, if you don't mind me asking?
This past year was held in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And beforehand, we were in
Beaumont.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
But all the sports are just amazing because these athletes, it's something that they have worked at, they practice, and what we try to do is everybody that we work with, we take to Special Olympics, and they get to compete.
Yeah.
And we're taking a team this Saturday.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow.
And what are we playing?
Bocce.
Yeah.
And so we have 14 players that will be playing bocce.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
but we thank you. I mean, this is it's there again. I can't say it enough how incredible it is for these. And it's not children. We actually go probably from 8 to 80. Our oldest athlete was in bocce that won a gold medal, and she was 77 years old.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And,
Nice.
we couldn't do this without great people like this to help Gary and to bring this out. Kemah Gardens here having a beautiful facility that we can be here tonight and be sharing with the experiences that we have. Thank you for that because we're honored. And
Thank you for accepting the invitation.
I'm seeing a bocce course in the future out here, maybe. You know what I mean? Hey, well, hold up. Hey. Plenty of room. Yeah.
It has been in my thoughts, and my husband keeps telling me, stop thinking of new things to add to the property.
It's never ending, right? There's never an end to the improvements you can make. Yeah, that's awesome. So you mentioned you've got a lot of athletes and family. What do you? I mean, are there still openings for additional athletes, or now we're kind of looking to get the public out, or both? Or
I believe the 25th is you can sign up till the 25th.
So you got 5 days.
That's right.
Yeah, 5 days to sign up. So there's still opportunities, and then I imagine there's still opportunities for sponsors.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was going to say, who are some of the sponsors you guys want to kind of, give a shout out to that are, really involved? I know there's so many organizations you're working with, but people that are just, helping in other ways as well. So
we actually have, and we're very grateful for Moody National Bank.
Okay.
We actually had a memorial for a loving family member who did a platinum sponsor for their loved one.
Oh,
and
wow.
that was, and he was an amazing man, and that was Otis Zapp.
Incredible support there, yeah.
Yes, and we actually have...
for our Paralympic sponsors, for Paralympic shooting, all that is everything is actually sponsored and provided by individuals and our companies, and so we're
Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Texas Parks and Wildlife. We actually took a group. I got to tell you this. It was so much fun. We had live fishing. Okay, we took them for weeks in a gym, and we taught them how to cast.
Okay.
And after they learned how to cast, we took them out to literally Texas Parks and Wildlife, but it's a stocked pond.
Yeah.
And so they're almost guaranteed to catch, irregardless. And the good thing about that is most of these families and individuals and adults have never caught a fish, never caught a live fish.
Yeah, no, that can be a big deal.
I'm not sure I have.
And the smiles that were there, it was just incredible to witness. And those athletes will be on the 30th. They'll be out at the pier fishing.
Awesome.
And so that's pretty special. On the catch and release, they had to release them because since the Parks and Wildlife owned
Sure.
we were actually using shrimp. The fishing poles. It's actually they use it's a Zebco or whatever.
Zebco. Yeah.
And to release, it's a click and release, so it was very easy for them. But we also taught them how to identify the fish when they were practicing. They were actually catching little plastic fish.
Yeah.
Each one would be like a bass or be a fish they would be dealing with in a natural environment. So,
Excellent.
So, but the fish, drums, everything, bass. So it will be, and it's for everybody. It's if you'd like to play.
We have adaptive.
You need to pass Gary a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've actually never fished with you, and I'm looking for this first excursion. My friend over here, Angelo, fortunately this guy's like already retired. He's like, man, I got to get the heck out of here. He loves fishing, traveling. He actually resides in the Taylor Lake. And we all know we're very thankful for our home Galveston Bay, but, that Mississippi just runs right off. And we don't really live on Clear Lake. We just call it Clear Lake. We're in front of the NASA Johnson Space Center of Houston. Thank you for being our wonderful, astronauts.
Yeah, Homo human space flight.
And, some people like to go to Florida to see clear blue water. So not that I is opposed to fishing out here. It's a lot better to, try different fishing opportunities. So, hey, Angelo, let me know.
Yeah, we're not going to allow any more slander of the waterfront capital of Texas.
Something real. I'm really hooking the big one.
I've been
swordfish.
I've been fishing. I've been fishing all over the world.
Oh, okay.
And believe me, it's not bad around here.
There you go. All right,
Fishing
you heard it
is
from the
good.
pro.
The water may be
It's not April Fool's.
the water may be blackish, but there's a lot of fish. And if
You're
you go,
also an avid hunter as well. I heard you got a pretty good shot. Tell us about some of your
I'm
wild
okay.
game,
I
big
just
game.
got back from New Zealand and hunted some red stag.
wow.
What's that?
It's a big old elk.
An elk. Okay.
So
Sounds
I
like
was on a
deer.
trip, and I was with a bunch of people in a bus, and I says, look, this is getting too boring for me, sightseeing. So I called the hunting outfit, and the guy says, "Hey, sure, come on down. We'll take care of you."
I think I heard about that a little bit. Did you and your wife go and your son?
My wife did not go hunting.
Oh, she was
me and a
wanting
bunch of.
to be on the bus with all everybody
No,
else.
my wife went to go see Elton John and
Hey,
somebody else.
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, so I said, "Well, I already seen Elton John and Ed Sheeran." I said, "So I'm going to go hunting." So I left, got on a little jumper.
What's that? Like a little tramp or something?
A little jumper plane.
Okay.
Got the location. Got on a boat.
Like a Cessna or something?
Went to this ranch, hunted 2 days, and we got about 4 or 5 deer, and I fed the whole community.
Wow,
Gave
so
the food.
that's
I only
wonderful.
kept a couple of the backstrap.
Did you get to like enjoy it, or you just gave it all to the?
We got to keep 20 pounds of it, and I fed everybody on our bus.
Wow, man!
So we went
you
to
definitely know how to feed people. I tell
someone
you that.
went. So we went to someone's house, and they cooked for us. They just said, "Well, sure, we'll cook the meat." So we went there, and the rest of it went to the camp where I hunted. So we had a great time. It was
So
a blast.
tell me about one of your most exotic hunting experiences. I think you told me about Africa.
I went to Africa and hunted. It was a charity auction, and I bid the highest.
Wow, of course
And
you would.
So I bid the highest, so we got to fly first class. We went to Africa, and I went there, and this is the time where somebody shot a lion, a dentist that shot a lion.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like a Lion
yeah.
King, or just straight up?
It was a lion, and there
Male
was
or
a
female?
lot of bad publicity.
Yeah.
So I don't go hunt to just shoot an animal to look cool. I go there to feed. So we fed 3 tribes.
Wow.
I shot like 6, 7 animals.
What
About
part of Africa were you visiting on this?
Johannesburg.
Where's that? Can you explain?
It's south almost about an hour and
No, I'm
2 hours.
I'm looking to know my geographic territories too.
2 hours north of Cape Town.
Okay.
So 2 hours north of Cape Town. So there's you look out in the streets, you'll see giraffes, you'll see all these exotic animals. It's like going through Killer Lake and saying, "What the heck is that cheetah doing on that tree?"
It's kind of like the wildlife park over there in Dickinson.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Oh,
put
that's
their head in
sweet.
there and they start like.
So
feeding.
we went there, and the guy said, "Hey, look, have you hunted before?" I said, "I'm pretty sure I did." So he goes, "Well, I need you to come to the gun range and shoot." So he's seen me shoot. I hit the target really good. He said, "Okay, you're ready to go."
Do you need a permit for that? Just curious.
No, you spend $20,000. That's your
it?
permit.
Oh, man. I got to start saving my piggy bank up.
So we went out and hunted, and the first animal I seen, I got buck fever. That's called, you see an animal in your scope and you start shaking. And now my wife's going, "What the hell's wrong with you? You look like you're holding a machine gun." And I said, "I don't know. I've just never seen anything like this," because I hunted on my ranch in Columbus. And all of a sudden they say, "It's called buck fever. You see an animal and you start panicking." So the guy said, "Take your time, put your gun down, walk around and breathe." So next animal that came, I took my time, I meditated, because I wasn't going there to strike out. So next animal came, boom, went down.
And what animal was that?
It was a wildebeest, one of those. It looks like a buffalo. So that was about 700-pound, 600-pound animals.
Is that the only animals that you got to hunt? I
no.
heard you got like something a little bit like thousands of pounds. Was it
Yeah,
like an
thousands
elephant?
thousands. No, there was no. I don't shoot elephants.
Okay,
I
I
don't
didn't
shoot
know.
giraffes. I don't shoot lions.
okay.
I shoot animals you can eat.
Right.
It's because it's like fishing. I won't go catching flipper and say, "Oh wow, I caught a not a mahi-mahi dolphin, a porpoise dolphin." I don't catch. It's like shooting an elephant's like catching a whale and killing it. It's
I like
not-
how your integrity is about wild sport game fisher. Hunter. But there is some people that go over there because they can do whatever they want, or they have a trip and maybe they shoot crazy exotic animals. They, it's pretty messed up. That we have an extinction of some animals, and I know they can, some.
That's all done illegally
Right,
because
and that's what we're
anytime again, I'm not I might hunt 5 times, 4 times a year. The bottom line is if these animals aren't hunted, there's too many of them. There's no control over them, and if they're just going to drop dead, they're going to starve. So what they do is when hunting, you pay for a license, you pay these farmers that are raising these animals or they're feeding these animals, and if you have it's like humans. If you have 1 million humans and there's only food for 100,000, what's going to happen? They're going to die.
So the principle of hunting is, knowing what your shot is, knowing your firearm, being safe. I want to ask you, would you? I haven't held a firearm, whether it was a bullet that or a bow and arrow, crossbow. Would you be willing to come out to the event September 30th and help me put my scope on the site? Because I'd like to do some air rifling.
I haven't checked my schedule, but if I'm available, I'll be there.
I know you are, man. You're a busy guy, and
well, it's not that I'm a busy guy. I try to do it. I try to do whatever I can.
Can't be everywhere at once. Sometimes you are.
That's true. I have
Can't
a son
cheat
that I
physics.
have to babysit, and he's 37 years old.
Well, you know what? I got a babysitter too, and a few caregivers, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Our good friend Miss City over here actually introduced majority of us together for this event. It was kind of interesting. It was very interesting. Last year, 2023, a friend of mine, Dash Gordon, actually his name is Tim Glover, and he turned into Dash Gordon. He's actually a public figure here in the League City area. He used to be a door dasher for a cause. He was raising money to do take his wife on a trip, and it was during times he wanted to connect with the people in the community. So he's like, how do I get these guys out here? So he started dressing up as like the Flash, a superhero, but he named himself Dash Gordon, like DoorDash Gordon on the go.
Is he going to be there on the 30th?
I think so. And how I met him was through our good friend City over here at the Kemah Gardens. They hosted a winter formal right before the end of the year, and this place was filled up with everybody from their families, their friends. You had people with different abilities. It felt very inclusive.
I was about to say the popular theme with that and what we're discussing today with that event, it was all about inclusion.
That's right.
And
yeah.
This is a wedding venue, and there's been a lot of people that come together and bring their families to get married. Matter of fact, the way I met Miss Cydia, my cousin, very good. Oh my God, I don't know how she puts up with me, but she prays for me every day. She renewed her vows. Her and her husband got married for the second time. It wasn't some big drawn-out wedding, you invite the whole world to, but it was very short and quaint. And Cydia and her husband, Mr. Dan, came out, and they said, I pulled up the van, and the wheelchair lift's giving us problems and stuff, and I wouldn't say he's an old guy, but he walks out. He goes, "Do you need some help, sir?" I'm like, "Yeah, I actually kind of do." Well, so he helped me get inside. This venue had a sliding door, and they had a ramp, so I rolled up in, and I got to enjoy the wedding with my family, and it was so beautiful. It had a scenic view over here. Of course, it was indoor, and the altar was in front of the sliding glass window over here, but it did oversee the beautiful pond, and I just wanted to say, Cydia, thank you so much for what you've done. I felt like I said, hey, after the wedding, I was waiting for my ride, so I started talking to you and Mr. Dan. I was like, I see a lot of vision here. This is a lot of property. And I was like, man, you could do so much stuff over here. And I understand this property. How did you come across this property? And what made you say, hey, I want to own this place?
It could be 5 months before I get to the whole story because it's pretty lengthy. But to shorten things up, I've always envisioned in having a bed and breakfast. And in 2002, we were coming down the escalator at the company that I work for downtown. It's not the same conversation that Trump had coming down the escalator when he announced that he was going to run for president. But my boss asked me what would I do if I won the lottery, because it was a huge jackpot. I told her that if I won the lottery, I would open up a homeless shelter. My homeless shelter prospect, I guess, was going to be a little bit different than most. My residents would get up, they'd get on a bus, and we'd take them to Houston, and we would clean up our streets. We would go help the elderly in fixing their homes. I would go clean their homes, their refrigerators. That was my vision for my homeless shelter.
Nice.
I don't own yet a homeless shelter because it takes a lot of money to get to that point. But the people that come to help me deliver the services for my weddings are young adults that need to gain experience and to learn the value of hard work and what it takes to earn those $900 to own an iPhone. And they learn about accountability, attention to detail, responsibilities. And I tell them we have a lot of responsibility on our hands.
So I guess
Respect.
that responsibility and those skills of life learning lessons, seems like you saved up something to come get this Kima Gardens, because obviously it was on for sale and you saw that vision. I have a very good idea how you acquired this place, but maybe give us a little thought of that.
Very beautiful,
And
by the way.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
introduce, well, my good friend when we get to her. She's very eager to get on this mic, but go ahead and tell us about the Kima Gardens.
We came and looked at it on Mother's Day Sunday. My husband had no idea that while he was gone to the aerospace conference in South Korea, that I had reached out to a friend of mine that I wanted to come look at this property. It was privately owned and what I wanted to do with it. And so I told him after church, we're going to go look at this house.
Where's this property located? Your street address, and is it, tell us a little about how big of this place. This place is huge. I mean, I've seen you jam-pack a few hundred cars in there. So
It's 4.3 acres. We're at the end of a quiet, it's not quite a cul-de-sac, but it's at the end of the street off of Anders in Kima, Texas. And the home is about 6,000 square feet home. Right now, we only allow a portion of the home for our brides and her bridesmaids and the groom and his friends to use the inside of the home to get ready before the ceremony. And over the years, as finances allowed, we built the reception room, which we can comfortably seat up to 150 inside and 60 in the side patio. But I'm going to say in about 2010, we hosted a crawfish boil for BIC Alliance. Mm-hmm. We had about 600 attendants.
it sounds like kind of like the big crawfish bash, over there in my good friend Quentin Servine.
Down in Lamarck, yeah.
He did the Guinness World Record, 70,000 pounds with I think 17,000 people to be cooked in. I don't know, 6 hours. I started volunteering with them. So when you say big crawfish, I mean, that's a lot of big crawfish events for your house.
BIC Alliance, Business Industry Connection. Cool. Their publication mainly goes out to the petrochemical industry.
So I heard afterwards, I'm going to finish this up, but your husband told me everybody ate crawfish and it was all over your yard for about another week, and you had seagulls and every animal coming in there trying to get some fresh leftover grub.
Yeah. So I had several people here helping us walk the grounds to make sure we got all the crawfish tails that were left behind. So,
well, that is awesome. We'll have to think of you next time we want to have a private crawfish boil again, or maybe another event. So, Ms. Cydia, I know you showed interest in us to. Well, I was always telling you or sharing with you more on a personal friend level what I'm doing, what events, and I got really inspired about the Christina Sullivan Foundation. They said, hey, we're going to be doing this awesome festival for, I believe it's called Hope Therapy, Adaptive Aquatic Sports, and Adaptive Land Sports. And I was wondering, you're more like a motherly figure, mentor, friend. I was like, would you come out and support me, not only me, but the rest of the young adults and children with all abilities? I have a spinal cord injury for the last 15 years. I'm in a power wheelchair. My friend Bryce, he's also a quadriplegic and in a power wheelchair. There's also paraplegics that are in manual chairs. But I also got to meet a lot of other great people with other different abilities. Some of them, mine's more physical challenges, but there's intellectual challenges that need special needs, like autism, Down syndrome. I wish I could tell you every syndrome there was, every complication, but you know what? I need to go do some more studying And I really want you to come out there and support us. Most importantly, the Sullivans. If you want to sponsor, you want to volunteer. I know your heart's so big, and I know you love children and young adults, and you're just always trying to make someone's day better than it was yesterday.
And she's actually supporting us right now by hosting the event and
That's right,
all the generous things she's done for us tonight. So
And we've actually featured Miss Syria on the show. If you want to hear more about her story and this place and Kemah Gardens, you can go back and
I was gonna look it up on my phone, but I'm afraid it would mess up the live stream.
Well, I know we can go on. We can go on weekends on the water.
Go to. I guess go to our Facebook page. We look up Weekends in the Water, and we'll put a link there to the show we did live from Kemah Gardens. Earlier. I guess it was earlier this year.
We've been here talking, and it's been we feel like a family at this table. My friend Angelo over there, he's told us his adventures. When I go to his restaurant, now that I'm not his personal trainer, I go over there and I get an earful about what's going on and what's not going on, and what's going to happen and what's not going to happen, and whether we're talking about current events, sports, or traveling. They really have a round table like this right in front of the kitchen, and it feels very homey. I do have a wonderful family. As over the years, we kind of parted ways, and rest in peace, my mother. She passed away in 2016. She was terminally with cancer. She said, "Go out there, son. Be a simple man. I know we're not the perfect family, but go find friends and make them your family, because one day we're here and another day we're gone." And my good friend today, Miss Carrie, I met her during the Texas Outlaw Challenge event in Kemah, and I feel like I gained another member of my family, just like yourself, John, and Jordan, Angelo, Cydia, Mr. Craig, and Miss Josephina. I love you, and I'm just here to support y'all. Carrie,
thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Can you tell us real quick about us? I know you're going to come out to the event and support them.
Oh, 1,000%. I can't tell you what an honor it is to finally meet you, Miss Josephine and Craig Sullivan. I've heard so much about you and your foundation. I personally I met Gary, and this is my story. What is yours? Because we all have one. And if you meet somebody that says they don't have a story, then they're a liar, and I wouldn't be friends with them. So, we all have a flaky peel of our onion, and the more flakes that we get off of our onion to the core, the deeper of a person you are, that you can feel and give. And I feel like the table we have here tonight is we are core of the onion, and some people are incapable of doing that. But it's an honor to meet you, first of all. In everything you're doing, it's such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to have met Cydia, we've grown our friendship in a quick amount of time, but it feels like it's been like months, but it's only been
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's only 2 weeks because we.
Carrie, I want to thank you and Cydia for throwing me my 37th birthday.
That's
right. Surprise.
That was amazing.
It's a birthday
of you
month.
guys.
Y'all surprised me. Monday, there's not much going on Monday. I just got back from a barbecue cook-off at Pasadena Rodeo. Didn't get much food, but I met a lot of great people. And you reached out to the Barge 295, formerly the Turtle Club from the 80s. That is the spot for Tops, TOPPS.
They did provide the location and really came together for the spot to have your birthday event. And Cydia and all of her decorations and cake and everything she donated.
Cake was great. Yeah, it was a good turnout.
And then my sweating hard effort making it somewhat pretty. It did really turn out great.
It turned out fabulous. I couldn't ask for better weather. Now that 100-degree weather kind of sailed on down the road, we were in 90-degree with a little breeze.
It was nice.
The kitchen and the chefs, they provided and cooked a wonderful ribeye steak. Of course, I like mine medium rare. We made it surf and turf. They had some shrimp on there, potatoes. I think we also had asparagus, one of my favorite greens.
It was very nice, and
Yes.
it was also following a very busy weekend and week, which Sadie and I worked hard together too, and Lisa.
Lisa's
don't
a
forget
big
about
help.
Lisa. So I worked the Pasadena Rodeo Cook-Off, sponsored my time, and got amazing sponsors in Kemah.
It seems like I'm always getting you involved in things and delegating responsibilities for other people, but I mean, it's not that I want to see you work your tail off. I just want to see what you can perform. And Miss Cydia, tell us. I know you want to sponsor this event, and what is your proposal? Because I know you're a businesswoman yourself, an active community activist for Lampetree. And the Christina Sullivans, I know they have some more spots available. If I could, I'd sponsor it myself, and I think I could still get in. I just don't know what level yet. But just, if you'd like to share what your thoughts were. I know a lot of my friends are going to be there. Well, we got young adults that are going to probably get married one day, or they have kids and parties and celebrations. It's just a great place. So if you were to open your arms up one more time and to give the gift that keeps giving, how would you share that with us?
What I have offered the Christina Sullivan Foundation is an all-inclusive 50-person wedding package.
Oh, wow.
For any couple with special needs that would like to say, I do, at Kemah Gardens.
Oh, wow.
The second is a 3-night weekend getaway to the log cabins at Jacobs Creek. That's our other property that we have in Canyon Lake. Whether it's going to be for a family reunion or if they want to do another wedding, we can sleep up to 70 people.
Wow.
Miss Cydia, thank you for giving me a special gift. You said, hey, Gary, go have a little vacation. Get out of here. Everybody's trying to do stuff. It just started, summer kicked off. And you gave my friends and I, my buddy Mike, he's a paraplegic. He's inspiring as well. He drove his Mustang. He's a quad, but he's also a lot stronger in his hands. And my other friends, we went up there and we checked into the cabins. It was pretty cool. It was in the woods, but it was right down the road from the Canyon Lake. Then he proposed even something else. I'm like, you got to get on the water. And she's like, hey, there's this boat that's not being used up there. It's like a 22-foot sun tracker, with a 60 Mercury horse power engine, EFI, electronic. EFI is electric fuel injection. So we went over to your storage, and we grabbed that. And a few of my friends, we did everything we needed to do. And you said, most importantly, I want you to be safe, insured, and prepared to have a great time, rain or shine. We had both. And I just wanted to thank you so much for providing that opportunity. It was more than I expected. Your management team was very hospitable. If we needed something, they were a call away. And the rooms were wheelchair. I can access and move around and navigate. And it was just fun. It was just a lot of fun. We went and saw a few of the little local spots, and everybody knows about New Braunfels, but this is further up. The mouth of the Canyon Lake feeds the Guadalupe River, and everybody goes tubing and rafting. But I just want to thank you for that. So the person that's going to win or be able to take advantage of that, they're going to have a phenomenal time. That's my personal testament right there. So thank you so much to you and your husband for doing that. I don't know how you run this location, that location. I mean, you're a woman, you're an inspiring entrepreneur, and I love you, my friend. Thank you.
Love you too.
I guess I'll just end with thank you again for having me. I want to definitely put out there one thing. The sponsors are definitely important to make these things and these dreams happen. Without sponsors, we cannot do what we're doing here. So thank you so much, CDI. Thank you to all the sponsors that have come together for this particular event, and others to come forward, moving forward. And I just want to introduce Gary Bolton and myself, Carrie Johnston, have just started an event company. We did the DBA on his birthday.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
yeah, congratulations, Gary.
You're trying to seal the deal with me, huh? Is that what it
I
is?
sealed the deal on his
Yeah.
birthday. It's KJ Bolton Events.
Nice.
Last
So,
name on their
We're
title.
still
Thank
working
you.
on the logo and such, but it is official, and it is for this type. I mean, my brother died a year older than me of ALS. It's very true to my heart. Mental illness. The list goes on and on. People, the sponsors, and people that can come and help out for these events. Our heart goes out to you, and we thank you very much.
I couldn't imagine.
Thanks for
doing
being
life
here,
with
Carrie,
you
and
as a
supporting
partner in
all of us.
success. But thank you for that's I never really had a company formed and delivered to me in a nice envelope package on my birthday. But I mean, it's like the gift that keeps giving. You're a very professional woman. You're outspoken. You're driven. We did go to high school together in different times.
Way different times.
You look very young, but I know you got about 10 years on me. Don't
At
let that
least.
stop you for going hardcore, giving it all you got. I know you're a mother of 2 children. You
Older
have a lot
children
of
now, but
you're going to meet a lot of more children, so get ready.
well, my heart is ginormous, and Gary, I just had you were a magnet to me.
I'm
when
a
I met
chick
you.
magnet, huh? I get that.
And little did I know why and what and how God put us together that evening, but there was a reason, and there is always a reason.
You told me about 10 times how good looking I was, and I thought you were like, is there not like did she did not see all the other men here, and I was just the chosen one? I'm serious. I was like, man, this woman had a wine or two. I was like, well, why not just
I
get her
didn't
number?
have a wine or two.
I think you had like a bottle of water. And
Exactly.
No, you did have some
I
Chardonnay.
had one glass of Chardonnay.
Yeah, you did, and you were very like I don't know. You were diving in deep.
And
trying
I
to
walked from my house, so.
But I did get your number, and we got in touch with each other. And I was like, "Look, let's have lunch or something. Let's see how we connect." I didn't know
Had no
where this was
idea.
going to go, but here we are today at the Kima Gardens. I thank you for being my partner. I look forward to.
Thank you for being my partner.
Well, I had to think about it or two, a couple times, but what can I lose, right? But I know we could be here all night. Can I take you to another event, maybe this weekend,
I
September
will
30th?
1,000% be there.
Great,
Ready
'cause,
to roll.
The Christina Sullivans.
Very good.
Would
Ready
you like
to-
to close this one out? And I'm sure
Yeah,
John's-
well, I was going to say, we've talked about the event coming up on the 30th, but I know that the Christina Sullivan Foundation has so much more going on than just this single event,
Right.
at the end of the month. So would you like to take a couple moments? I mean, I know you've got, camps and internships, and there's a lot of things that the foundation does, and I'd really like to learn more about that.
We're honored to be partnered with UTMB, and with UTMB, we we have where we have capstone students that we mentor, and we actually, each capstone student we mentor for 14 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And we actually work with them 450 hours.
Oh, gosh.
And but we have developed 6 new programs with our capstone students, and they've all been, almost all of them have been published now, that they did their curriculum, listed everything, went through the steps, and they've been presented to conferences, for their findings.
Oh, wow!
So we're honored with that. And as we move forward, it's really about providing the opportunity, but we do everything philanthropic. I mean, we have never in almost 8 years now, we've never charged a dime for any of our programs.
Right.
So sponsors are
great.
very important to us. But
Yes.
I mean, but from that standpoint, it's a I guess a calling for us. I mean, to do what we do. We're very faith based.
Yeah, of course.
And so we're yeah, and I guess Christina is our inspiration. She passed away at almost the age of 33. And if you go to our website, the Christina Sullivan Foundation, and go to About, you'll read a story about Christina and how we really got here. I mean,
Right.
It was more being guided, and we were the first thing that we were ever giving away of Christina's. It was 6 months into grief, and we had one of her wheelchairs, and a young lady that helped us with our daughter was coming over to pick it up, and we were all kind of emotional and very emotional. And she goes, "Look up," and you'll see a cloud in the sky that is shaped like an angel. And I mean,
Wow.
and Facebook had other people pick it up, and did you see this cloud? And it was really
Literally, it wasn't just y'all seeing this.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
right
so-
over us.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was just incredible. And so our son had come back from his studies because he was devastated when his sister passed. But he took that and actually designed it to be the logo that you see today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
How neat.
Yeah.
And the yellow butterfly played a significant role as well.
Yeah.
Every time we needed something to be picked back up, the yellow butterfly appeared. I mean,
Yeah.
we were kind of blessed. Appeared twice at a football stadium on a rail, nothing green around, and it's where she would be sitting, our inner wheelchair in the handicap section.
Wow.
And then one time that I had waited almost 2 days in my car for somebody from Health and Human Services to come down, and he was actually an attorney general, and we were trying to settle some things for Christina, but wouldn't come out of his office. And so my wife knew I was pretty distraught, and she goes, "Just stay another night in Austin and come home." And I said, "Well, I'll pull in and I'll call you when I get back in the car." Got back in the car on the passenger side, and you'll see this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on the website. Passenger side is the yellow and black butterfly.
Wow.
I mean, it's just, and I shot a picture of it, and it's on the web. And I told my wife, I said, I think I can make it home, and I think I'm bringing Christina with me.
Yeah.
And so it's been a journey, but it's been a blessing because we wouldn't have met the people that we're here with tonight, and that's helped fulfill the mission of what we're bringing and what we will continue to bring to the people and to the people that we serve with disabilities and differing abilities. I mean,
Because
that's
you can't do this alone. That's why.
Right, you can't. Yeah, I had the honor of meeting you guys.
And your gracious offer to. Do you know how many children you're going to be able to will go to camp now because of your gracious offer? And I can't thank you enough for that. I look forward to you being there when we give that away after
Right.
we have it there at the event. So thanks.
I actually met you guys the first time at an event here. We've done so many different, collabed on some of these different events to try to promote them, but I got to hear y'all's story, and I think this was in April or May. I believe it was an event for Gary he had out here. And and I had heard so much about y'all from Dash and just, overheard just, y'all's organization's so big now, but to be able to meet y'all and then really, just hear the story firsthand, it's really amazing. And just how much y'all have even grown since then. I mean, just what y'all have accomplished in 6 months and what you're accomplishing every day. It's really amazing. Y'all have really built something amazing on such a just awesome, basis. It's just really, really great to watch it grow. Yeah,
it's just being guided. Absolutely.
Yeah.
People that come into our lives.
Yeah, that inspiration
How we
there.
met Gary he came to support us at City Hall. In Lake City
Oh, wow.
About the center that we'll be building someday.
Yeah.
So that's how we met Gary. So it's just the opportunity of being able to be guided and people coming into your lives
And connecting, yeah.
because we couldn't do this alone.
Yeah.
We just cannot. We have our Heavenly Father, but He actually puts people in your path to be able to do the things that are near and dear to your heart. And this is our passion because our daughter taught us unconditional love. She came first. We did not come first, and we see her little face in all the children and adults that we assist and bring joy to. And it's a gift for us, and it's a gift to be here. And thank you for sharing the event that's coming up.
Yeah.
Because for us, this is for the Christina Sullivan Foundation. I think about our daughter every day, but for the things that she is doing, even in heaven, and when she was here on earth, being nonverbal, I mean that's an instrument of our Heavenly Father to be able to be here on this earth and have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Look at the beautiful things that Gary does. We could all give up and go and sit in a corner. Instead, he's out advocating,
Right.
And having all of us come together.
Right.
And together we're going to do great things.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Well, we're glad that we can do anything we can to spread the word and be involved and get people to come out to y'all's event and learn more about your foundation. And so, thank you so much. I was so happy to hear that we're going to be able to promote this event for you guys. And y'all are working with Roger and Gary and everybody. So, no, this has been amazing. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming on. And,
Thank you
and everything that you've done. So.
Thank you.
Our pleasure, and I just love the together we will do great things.
That's right.
I think that's a good note to end it on.
Absolutely.
But visit the ChristinaSullivanFoundation.org and learn more about the foundation, the event coming up, and all the other things that they have going on. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
It's Weekends on the Water,
Thanks for listening to today's show.
the official podcast of the waterfront capital of Texas.
Sponsored by Water. Water. Much better than drinking sand.
Weekends on the Water. Weekends on the Water. With Jordan Davlin of Jet Surf Houston and Scene Magazine publisher John Ennis.